Oh my God! Turn around. The worst person.
This would make a good recording.
Yeah, I think a GoPro is the way to go.
What you're not seeing recorded is probably the funniest things I've ever experienced. I have no brain. No brain.
It's very difficult to record this man and keep.
I know. How could you live without a brain? So today we're going to cook sausage and peppers. Pretty easy, very, very good. You can eat them just out of the bowl, or you can make sausage and pepper heroes, which is incredible, very good. So we have here bell peppers, poblano pepper, a very large jalapeno pepper, 2 onions, and cherry tomatoes. Nice and sweet. And Johnsonville Italian hot sausage.
You may remember from our sauce video.
That's right.
And the peppers, you just kind of choose the bright, colorful ones.
And so that you know, if somebody says, "Oh, I don't like spice," don't give them any of the green peppers. Okay, so here's the way we cut this up. Kind of simple, easy. Right down the middle. Take this out. Take this out. Not that I have to remind you, but don't go anyplace near your eyes when you're cutting these peppers. If you get most of the seeds out, you can. You know, we're not building a hospital, so you don't have to worry about getting everything exactly correct. Now you do this with all of the bell peppers.
Can I have...
No.
Okay.
I'm going to help you with the peppers, actually.
I don't want your help.
It's easier that way.
Okay, so you want to chop these not too thin, right?
Just the way the ones are chopped over there. And a big reason for that is these have shrinkage. When you roast them, they shrink up. First time I ever tasted this was when I was a very young teenager, and I went into the city, New York City, for the Italian feast, and they had stands of people doing this. I felt like I was in heaven.
For heroes? Sausage and pepper heroes?
For sausage and pepper heroes, yeah. What's his name?
Stanley. He's our mascot.
Stanley.
Okay, so for the poblanos...
We kind of cut them the same way, but we're going to leave them long.
Okay.
So that not only because of the color, but because of the shape they are, when they're mixed in, you'll know it's not a bell pepper.
Same thing for the jalapeno?
Jalapeno gets much less, I mean, you make it much smaller.
Thinner?
Thinner and half it. Now remember, the seeds in here are substantially hotter than the pepper itself, so you still have to be a little careful of, you don't mind having some seeds in, but don't throw them in there.
For those that don't have ridiculous kitchen supplies, a baking tray will do. Roasting tray?
A roasting tray, it has to be bigger than a baking tray.
Deeper or bigger?
Well, deeper, but you want these things to lay out properly because you just want to get a good cook on all of them. Oh, it's cooked at 350. So every 15 minutes or so, you look to make sure that they're not burning on top. You got to stir them with a spatula or a big spoon or something like that. So, how much olive oil you put on? A lot. I mean, this.
Drizzle it till it's all coated nice.
Yeah, and then remember, you're gonna spin this around, so you know it'll wind up getting Plenty of olive oil on every piece. And that's about it. There we go. The last thing we put in, after this is cooked down pretty well, cherry tomatoes.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not for quite a while.
Okay, so we're gonna pop this in the oven at
350.
350.
The oven's already on.
I know, I turned it on. That was me.
Oh. Okay, so let me tell you when you know these are done. You stick your hand in here and you grab a pepper. And it's soft. I mean, really soft, no crunch to it at all. It's done. At this point, you save an egg. At this point, you put in these cherry tomatoes that I cut in half. And then leave it in the oven, but turn the oven off. Now, sausages in cold water. 10 will be enough for the amount of peppers. Turn it on high. Now, here's when you know these are done. When it comes to a boil, you turn it off and let them sit until the water cools. Room temperature. They're done. They're finished. Then you cut them in half lengthwise. You mix it in with the peppers and the cherry tomatoes and the onions. Toss it in, warm it up again for 15-20 minutes, and you got yourself a treat. Let me tell you.
We've got the sausage. It boiled over earlier. We all saw that.
Well, just a little bit.
Now it had a chance to cool.
But this is cool enough. If I can stick my thumb in there, I mean, it's hot, but it's not like, oh, I'm gonna blister. And that's actually, they're done. So, we bring it over here. We get rid of as much water as we can without spilling the sausages in the sink. Susanna, could you take the peppers out of the oven? My other lovely assistant, my beautiful wife of 20 years. Nobody can believe that she put up with me for 20 years.
Nobody can believe she put up with you for 5 years. You're over in an area where I can't see anything at all.
See the sausage? It's cooked. Cut them in half lengthwise. Not a lot to see here, keep moving.
Yep.
So, here are the sausages. We're gonna put these in here, like so. Somebody's gonna clean this mess up. And put the oven back on again.
350?
Yeah, 350 is fine. Just wanna mix this stuff up nicely. Get a little sausage. Put it back in the oven. 10-15 minutes and it's done. Then you can take it out. You can either, freeze them in portions or invite a bunch of people over. Or like me, I have neighbors I give it to. They like it. Thank you for everything. We had a great time today. Ashley screwed everything up. It was incredible. But she is my daughter, so I forgive her.
Oh, that's so kind